Dear learners, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Munisha Helawat from Institute of Hotel Management, Dehradun. Today, we shall be taking module number 37 titled Cookies and Biscuits under paper Food Production Operations and Management. The learning objectives of this module are: understand the various kinds of cookies and biscuits, to know the role of ingredients used in cookies and biscuits, preparation, to know the classification of cookies and biscuits and different methods used, to know the various cookies and biscuit faults and characteristic of perfect cookies. Cookies are often referred to as small, sweet cake items. They are very similar to cakes in the type of ingredients used and the method of mixing them. They differ from cakes in the proportion of ingredients and planning method. The primary difference between cookies and cakes is the amount of moisture in the mixture. Ingredients used and their function. Flour. Flour used for cookies is slightly different from bread and cake flour. Flour used for cookies should constitute 7 to 8% of gluten. This is also known as soft flour and is low in strength. Higher percentage of gluten is not suitable for cookies. To make flour suitable for cookies or to reduce the strength of flour, cornstarch can be added. Cookies which have a higher fat content require strong flour so that they do not spread too excessively and retain their shape. The flour should be free from any impurities and bad odor and should be sifted to incorporate air. This also makes the mixing operation easier. Egg. Eggs are used as both tenderizing and toughening agents for cookies. Egg yolk contains a large amount of fat which is known as lecithin. Lecithin helps to tenderize the cookies. Eggs also impart flavor and taste to the cookies. Eggs are beaten till they are foamy, which increases the volume of the egg and results in the coagulation of the protein in the egg white. This gives structure to the cookies. Eggs that are used in making cookies must be fresh, since older eggs give off flavor. This has an adverse effect on cookies. Shortening. Shortenings include hydrogenated fat, butter and margarine. They give tenderness and softness to cookies. When it is beaten, air cells are incorporated and help in giving softness to cookies. Butter is considered as a good shortening for its moisture content and flavor. Milk. Generally, milk powder is used while making cookies. It is significant to mix and sieve milk powder and dry ingredients so that it does not form lumps. Milk gives good flavor. It is an emulsifying agent and helps in making fat and protein emulsion. Casein and albumin present in milk acts as a gelling agent. Sugar. Sugar gives a sweet taste and when it caramelizes, it gives color and flavor to the cookies. Apart from contributing to sweetness, sugar also imparts volume. Brown sugar or caster sugar includes small particles which does not mix properly and will leave crystals, having an adverse effect on the creaming process. Honey is used to obtain a particular flavor and also provides a chewing quality to the cookies. Honey has moisture in it and provides a soft and crispy texture to the cookies. Molasses is also used to add flavor to cookies. While using molasses, the recipe has to be balanced by adding baking soda to neutralize the effect of acidity. The amount of liquid must be adjusted while using molasses. Brown sugar is also used in making biscuits and cookies. It gives a good caramel color as well as flavor to biscuits and cookies. Chocolate and cocoa powder. Chocolate is obtained from the cocoa beans. Chocolates are available in many forms and varieties, including white chocolate, plain chocolate, milk chocolate, etc. Cocoa powder is also used frequently in cakes and cookies. Cocoa is a dried powdered form and has no added sugar in it. Thus, the use of cocoa requires a slight change in the recipe. Sugar is added to avoid the toughening action of cocoa powder. Adding sugar to cocoa powder helps to make it sweet and enhances its flavor. While using cocoa powder, a little quantity of water can be added. The amount of water depends upon the recipe of cookies. Chocolate chips, chocolate bar and other forms of chocolate are used frequently to make cookie and biscuits. Fruits. Dried fruits are more concentrated in flavor than fresh fruits. The moisture content of the dry fruits is low in comparison to fresh fruits and hence it does not affect the moisture content of the biscuit dough. Apples, pears, raisins and apricots are used frequently to make these products. Candies and crystallized fruits are also used to make biscuits and cookies as they have a higher concentration of sugar. Water. A small quantity of water is required to make dough for cookies. Water is necessary to moisten the flour protein to form the structure of the cookies. Water also helps in obtaining the right consistency of the dough and in controlling the temperature of the dough. While making cookies, cold water is preferred so that the fat does not melt during mixing and processing. Water dissolves baking powder so that carbon dioxide can be produced. Water also helps in dissolving other ingredients in the dough. Salt. Adding a pinch of salt is always good to use while making cookies as it imparts natural flavor to the ingredients that are used to make the cookies. The amount of salt must be reduced slightly when salted butter is used to make cookies and biscuits. Nuts and seeds. They are used at the end of mixing or to decorate or to sprinkle on cookies. Fresh nuts and seeds should be used for good flavor. Nuts and seeds have oil in them and they become rancid very quickly. Proper storing is also important to avoid rancidity. Flavors. Flavors are used to the finished product. These include essential oil, essence and spices. Only permitted flavor are used and in required quantities. Some natural products like cocoa powder and vanilla extract are also used. Artificial butter and milk flavor are used and make sure that these should be used in less amount, otherwise it may develop a bitter taste to the product. Vanilla flavor is the most commonly used ingredient in baked products. It is available as both liquid as well as powdered form. Colors. Only permitted colors should be used for making cookies. For biscuits and cookies, a golden brown color is always preferred because it is the natural color of cookies. Baking soda or soda bicarbonate. When moisture and acid are present, soda releases carbon dioxide that leavens the product. Acid ingredients that react are honey, molasses, butter, milk, fruits, cocoa powder and chocolates, etc. Baking powder. It is a mixture of soda and an acid to react with. They do not depend on acid ingredients in the formula. Baking ammonia. It is chemical ammonium carbonate. It decomposes during baking to release carbon dioxide. Only heat and moisture is required for it to work. Classification of cookies, biscuits. Cookies may be classified into the following categories. Drop cookies, also known as batter type cookies. They are quite similar to the cake, except that the cookies batter has less eggs, water and milk. Drop cookie contains a high amount of fat, resulting in the smooth and soft consistency of the batter, so that it can easily pipe out through the nozzle. Drop cookies are soft and moist when baked. The consistency of the batter of drop cookies is thicker than cake batter and slightly more liquid than bread dough. Coconut cookies, peanut cookies and walnut cookies are examples of drop cookies. Rolled cookies. Rolled cookies have very little or no liquid. Sometimes they are referred as rolled biscuits. They are crisp and usually made from mixture that is rich in fat or sugar or both. Dough for rolled cookies is usually soft and can be rolled easily. Stiff dough is difficult to handle and gives dry, compact cookies. The rolled dough can easily be cut into different shapes and sizes. Rolled cookies are also known as sheeted cookies because dough can be rolled in the form of a sheet. Chocolate biscuits, ginger biscuits, sweet and salty biscuits, etc. come under this category. Foam cookies. Foam cookies are made with a large percentage of egg white, which provides structure as well as leavening action. The foaming method is used in making these types of cookies. The foam of egg white is made by beating egg white to a stiff stage. Then sugar is added gradually and beating is continued. When beating is complete, coconut or other ingredients may be added. Macaroons and meringues are example of foam type of cookies. Different methods used and examples. Mixing methods for cookies is similar to that for batter cakes. The primary factor in making a quality cookie are proper mixing and temperature control. Although cookie dough is often chilled after mixing to facilitate shaping, the ingredients should be approximately 65 to 70 degree Fahrenheit when mixing. Creaming method. The conventional or creaming method is one of the most commonly used for cookies. Cookie dough should be mixed just enough to blend the ingredients thoroughly. The longer the creaming of the shortening fat and the sugar, the less spread the cookie will have due to dissolving of the sugar crystals. Under creaming will give the cookie a core structure and will result in a baked product that has spread. Once creaming is complete, flour is added to the mixture. Overmixing develops the gluten in the dough and retards the spread of the cookie. One-stage method. This method is the counterpart of the blending or two-stage method. Cake batters have more liquid, so they must be mixed in two stages in order to blend uniformly. Cookies, on the other hand, can be mixed in one stage. Sponge method. This method is essentially the same as for egg foam method for cakes. Care should be taken when folding in the dry ingredients so as to deflate the batter. Cookies like macaroons are made by this method. Types of cookie dough. Cookie dough is classified according to the method by which they are mixed. They are placed in three categories. Stiff dough. Formula of stiff dough contains less liquid eggs and flour than soft cookies. These cookies are often referred to as sliced or rolled cookies. The desirable finished product is a crisp cookie. This type of cookie includes peanut butter cookies and sugar cookies. Soft dough. This batter has a high moisture content and requires a greater percentage of eggs to build structure. The desired finished product is a soft, moist cookie. Cookies in this category are drop cookies like butterscotch and chocolate. Refrigerator dough. They are mixed in the same manner as other dough, except this dough is very stiff. The resulting cookie is very brittle. After the mixing is complete, the dough is weighed off into pieces of convenient size. The dough is then formed into rolls, which may be wrapped and refrigerated until needed. This eliminates waste and provides a ready source of dessert as a short notice. Panning, baking and cooling. Preparing the pans. Use clean unwrapped pans. Lining the pans with butter paper or silicone sheets is fast and eliminates the necessity of greasing pans. A heavily greased pan increases the spread of cookies. A greased and floured pan decreases the spread of cookies. Some high-fat cookies can be baked on ungreased pans. Baking cookies. Moist cookies are baked at a relatively high temperature for a short time. Too low a temperature increases the spread of the cookie and may produce dry, hard, pale cookies. Too high a temperature decreases spreading and may burn the edges or bottom. Even a minute can burn cookies. Also, take into consideration carryover cooking, and that is the heat of pan continues to cook the cookies. Doneness is indicated by the color. The edges and bottoms should be turning a light golden brown color. With some rich dough, burnt bottoms may be a problem. In this case, double pan the cookies by placing pan over the other of the same size. Proper baking is a major factor in the production of quality cookie. A cool oven produces a pale color, while hot oven may produce too dark color. Steam often has a softening effect on the cookie in an oven, giving them a greater chance to spread before they set. Cooking should be on the soft side when removed from the oven. The heat from the cookie and the pan will continue to dry the cookie while it cools. Overbaking will dry out the cookie and reduces flavors and taste. Cooling cookies. Remove cookies from pans while they are still warm, or they may stick. If cookies are very hot, do not remove from pans until they are cool and firm enough to handle. Cookies may be soft when hot, but crisp when cool. Do not cool rapidly or in cold drafts, else cookies may crack. Cool completely before storing. Tools required during processing and making of cookies. Baking pans. They come in different material, shapes and sizes. They constitute galvanized steel or aluminium. They are also created with Teflon to obtain non-stick properties that are used for baking. A very thin sheet of baking tray is not recommended as it will burn the product, whereas a very thick bottom tray will delay the baking. This will result in poor quality of baked cookies. Recent advancements in baking trays have been noticed in the form of air cushioned baking trays. These trays provide extra protection from burning. Spatula. They are made of metal, wood and plastic. They are used to remove or scrape the product from the side of the container. Cookie scoops. They are used for drop cookies. The consistency of drop cookies is semi-liquid. To place it in on the baking tray, a spoon or a scoop is required. It is made of steel and in the shape of a ladle. Rolling pin. Rolling pins are made up of wood which should be straight and round. The rolling pins should not be polished. They should be light in weight and should be smooth and easy to rotate. The surface of the rolling pins should not have any cuts or grooves, otherwise that impression will come on the rolled dough. Cookie cutter. The cookie cutter is a tool to cut rolled dough in a particular shape. They are used for cutting particular shapes and designs and are available in different shapes and designs. Cooling racks. They are made up of steel. They are in the form of stands with the steel rods to allow transfer of air. The free circulation of air allows cookies to cool faster. Dough kneader or a dough mixer. Many types of the mixers are used for making dough in cookies. There are special mixers that have been designed to mix certain types of cookies more efficiently. The spindle mixer is particularly suitable for dough. These mixers are fitted with a motor which has a low speed. The bowl is enclosed during the mixing process and the size of the bowl may vary. Cookies and biscuit faults. Lack of spread. Very fine granulated sugar used by adding all sugar at a time. Over mixing. Oven temperature too hot. Too much of acidity in the dough. Excess of spread. Higher quantity of sugar. Batter too soft in consistency. Heavily greased pan. Oven temperature too low. Excessive or improper type of shortening. Tough cookies. Lack in shortening. Strong flour used. Improper handling. Sticking to pans. Too soft dough. Excessive egg content. Dirty pans. Black spots and harsh crumbs. Excessive ammonia. Sometimes we want some cookies to be crisp, others to be soft, some to hold their shape and others to spread. In order to produce characteristics we want and to correct faults, it is useful to know what causes these basic traits. Crispness. Low moisture content in cookies will make it crisper. Low proportion of liquid in the mixture, so stiff dough. High ratio of sugar and fat content. Long baking time to reduce moisture. Small and thin shapes. Proper storage. Softness. Softness texture is opposite of crispness. High moisture content. Low sugar and fat. Use of honey and molasses. Shorter baking time. Large and thick shapes. Proper storage. Chewiness. Chewiness is due to moisture. High sugar and liquid content. High proportion of egg. Strong flour. Spread. This feature is desirable in some varieties of cookies while others must hold their shape. High sugar content increases the spread. Coarse sugar increases the spread while fine sugar reduces spread. Baking soda and ammonia increase spread. Creaming fat and sugar contributes to leavening by incorporating air and therefore increases spread. Just blending fat and sugar to a paste reduces spread. Low temperature increases spread. Excess liquids like batter will increase the spread. Strong flour decreases spread. Spread is more on a heavily greased tray. Characteristics and guidelines for making cookies. The following are the characteristics of good cookies. Biscuits and cookies should be soft and crisp. They should be brown in color unless colored cookies are made with chocolate or cocoa or some other permitted ingredients. Well-shaped biscuits and cookies give a good appearance. A smooth and uniform texture and color are characteristics of good cookies and biscuits. There should be a slight cracking noise when cookies is broken. A pleasant odor indicates good quality cookies. Cookies should have their own characteristic taste. A higher quantity of baking powder results in a soapy taste. Presence of moisture makes the cookies soggy. Guidelines. The following are certain guidelines for making cookies. The use of liquid should be minimized, just enough to bind the dough so that it becomes smooth and easy to handle. The rolling of the dough should be even so that the color of the baked cookies is uniform. Over and under baking is not desirable. Do not use too much dusting flour during the rolling process. Minimal handling of dough should be practiced as this may result in overmixing and gluten development. The dough should be relaxed in fridge for some time to prevent the fat from melting in summers. Macaroons should be baked on paper sheets. Macaroons should be allowed to form a crust before baking. Macaroons should be baked at low temperature. Cookies should not be removed immediately from the tray after baking. Cookies should be placed for far enough on the tray to prevent them from sticking to each other. During baking, excessive greasing will spread the cookies more. To avoid excessive spreading of cookies, dust the flour on the baking trays. The baking trays should be cooled because warm trays will melt the fat of the cookies and will produce inferior quality of cookies. If the dough is made in advance, it should be refrigerated. If raisins and currants are used for toppings, they should be soaked in a malt solution before they are used, which will prevent them from burning. Soak the fruits until they swell and then drain thoroughly. A thick egg wash will retard the spread of cookies due to coagulation of eggs. 1 part of egg and 2 parts of milk are used as egg wash. Dear students, let's summarize. Now we have learnt the different types of cookies and biscuits. We have also discussed the classification of cookies and biscuits. We also studied the different methods of preparation. We learnt cookies' faults and their remedies. We have also checked the certain guidelines to prepare perfect cookies and biscuits. Thank you.